Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Friday, March 15th, 2024, halfway through the month. This is my daily vlog, my morning ritual stand-up where I turn on the lights and camera and report on what I'm doing to make content creation sustainable in the long term. So let's get after it and start talking about yesterday. So yesterday was it was a heavy research and work day. It's one of those productive versus prolific days where a lot was done, but you couldn't see it yet, right? So I'm preparing for things. So I did further writing on a script for sponsor video. Got that. I would say that's about 3/4 or more finished. So that's great. We have a sync up call with them this evening. Did some preparation and writing for the podcast episode that we'll record tonight. And I guess tomorrow, we'll talk about that in a second, and lots of work with the forthcoming 400 Mini. A lot of trial and error and testing and whatever, and I think to cap off today's video, I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, so give me a second with that. But let's talk about stats real quickly. So I have my metric, 10,000 views, 50 subscribers average over the last 7 days. Still 11,000 views, so above the watermark there. Subscribers, another weekday yesterday. I think we made, 30 or something last I looked. Anyway, we're about halfway to the next 46.6. I don't know, at this rate, we ought to talk about it by Monday. We'll see how the weekend goes. I don't know, but so not quite at the next milestone, and I think clearly we're not going to make 47,000 by the next Friday, probably at least by the end of the month at this point. So Kat could have been right. My adjustment was premature. So today, everything lined up and ready. I'm going to shoot another play video today. I have another game lined up that I'm going to do to roll us into the weekend. So I'll get that shot and edited and posted all today. And then at the end of the day, I have both that call with a sponsor, as I mentioned, and also we'll record our latest episode of the podcast that we'll edit on Tuesday. We also have another episode that we'll record on Saturday morning, just to space things out a little bit. That'll take care of all the podcasts for the next 2 weeks. And that'll fill up today pretty well. Speaking of the 400 Mini earlier, I wanted to maybe take just a second to talk about, there's always a vocal minority of people like, I can't believe you got that for free, and just free stuff and mooch and whatever, that kind of thing. And I thought it might be interesting to talk about the back end stuff that, while you can't talk specifics, right now because I'm under embargo, I can talk about generalities and what it's like. So first of all, getting a product like this, you get it off of reputation. You can't just call a company and say, send me something free. They want to know, because free product is part of their advertising budget, right? So it's, they could advertise in a magazine, they could advertise, whatever, they send out press releases, but then for visibility with enthusiasts, they give out review units. This could be of anything. This could be of a game. This could be of a toy. This could be of a piece of tech or headphones or whatever. They send them to people who they believe who will cover them favorably, or at least cover them fairly, and get more publicity out there for them. So while I'm getting something that I'm not paying for, I'm not getting something free. And I'll explain what I mean in a minute. So unless you think that labor is free, I suppose. But so I would say so far I've easily spent, when did I get that? A week ago I got the 400 Mini on my doorstep. I've easily spent 20 hours, 15 hours. Let's say, just be fair, 15 hours testing, building USB stick images, trying out controllers, reading questions from viewers, making a spreadsheet, making sure I address the things that I can, grouping things together. It's like a research paper. A video like this is like a research paper. Do you remember when you were in English in high school and they're like, well, get all your note cards together and get all your topics together? So effectively for, here's a $120 toy, John, that I got free. And now I'm doing, 60 hours of work on a big giant research paper about that. So consider free one way or the other. But the next side of that is there's a constant back and forth. Like, for example, the instruction manual was not ready. So I contacted the manufacturer, I have a guy there, and I said, hey, how about that manual? And he's like, well, it's coming shortly. And then, so I did some work, and then so yesterday I got an email. Hey, here's the draft of the manual so you can use it to inform your review. Don't distribute that. Okay, now I get a little more information. I can fill in some blanks that I have. And then, so I have this embargo set up. Like, for example, I got an email the other day that said, hey, John, adjust your schedule. The embargo is adjusted by 1 hour. I'm like, okay, this all is little details. It is not, I think many people that are no one here on this vlog, obviously, you know what I'm doing every day, but people see a video and they go, that guy had a lot of fun showing us a video, smiling about it, and he did it for free. When in reality, what I got was, I got a gadget 3 weeks early, for which I'm investing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars of my labor, depending on what you consider my hourly rate, which I don't have, that kind of, into something, and then I produce a product that I hope will net benefits for me. Worst case scenario, very worst case, right? All that video does is influence other manufacturers to want to trust me to do that again in the future and build upon that. Best case scenario, the video does well and we make revenue off of it. So it's all a speculative venture. While we get a product for free, what we actually get is an assignment. We'll give you this with the understanding you will produce something on it. Now, it's clearly possible that you could spend almost no time and just open the box and play it and go, and there's a toy. That's not how I operate, and I think that's probably why we get more free product, because we obviously invest time and energy into the production. But I really hadn't talked about that before, and this is a great example of one of those things where when a viewer who's often jealous because they have to pay for something you got for free, it's more of they don't understand what that entailed. There are strings attached to anything free. There's nothing free. There's no free lunch. We've heard that thing, for decades. That's the saying, right? There's no free product. Product comes either from work invested, or product comes from reputation anticipated. So what they will get out of it. So if I were to start getting product and not doing anything with it, you know what I would be on? The blacklist, and I would get no product. So I'll point people to this video should they ever say, hey, you get product for free. That's not fair. Yes, it's fair. Just spend $120 and you have to do any of that labor and you're done. And you get the toy. I do it the other way around. So anyway, just a little tangent to talk about and share with you. I know there are also other creators who watch this, like MC Murr and Smash, and periodically. And I know that's something that, I know they watch that and they do the DiCaprio meme where he's pointing at the TV with his glass. He's like that, exactly that. But not everybody talks about all the back end that much. And so this is a place where I like to be able to do that because, as I've said several times over the course of the year here, I'm thinking that this could also be a resource for someone trying to do this again in the future, to see someone having gone through it already. So, okay, Friday, right? I'm going to get after it. Thank you so much for stopping in to check out today's vlog. If you did, if you're here every day, I love you for that. Thank you so much. Please have a fantastic weekend and a great Friday to boot, to get it started. Remember to do something good for yourself if you can. I'll talk to you again Monday. Bye-bye.